Wisdom Joy, ma'am. I would now like to welcome someone very special amongst us today, someone with an illustrious and noteworthy career record that is inspiring and encouraging and makes us extremely proud to have him with us today, our esteemed chief guest, Major General Vikram Dev Dogra.
Thank you so much for the welcome.
Major General Vikram Dev Dogra was commissioned into the Pune Horse, an armoured regiment, in December 1981 from the Indian Military Academy, where he was awarded the Sword of Honour for being the best all-round cadet and the Gold Medal for passing out first in the Order of Merit. He commanded the Pune Horse, 180 Armoured Brigade on the Western Front and 22 Infantry Division part of a strike call. He served as a United Nations military observer in the UN peacekeeping forces in Angola, Africa. He's a keen sportsman and a fitness enthusiast and has participated in a number of cycling events. He has cycled from Leh to Chandigarh over 5 of the highest mountain passes, ranging from 13,400 feet to 17,600 feet. On 1st July 2018, he completed Ironman Austria, the most grueling one-day endurance event in the world, comprising 3.8 kilometers swimming, 180 kilometers of cycling, and 42.2 kilometers running at the age of 58 in 14 hours and 21 minutes to become the first serving Indian Army officer and the only general in the world to do so. On 28th July 2019, he took on the Ironman challenge at Germany and bettered his own time by 41 minutes, completing the arduous race in 13 hours and 40 minutes only. He was awarded the Ati Vishishta Seva Medal by the President of India in 2019 for distinguished service of an exceptional order. A huge round of applause for Major General Vikram Dev Dogra.
Thank you so much.
We are in awe of your merits, sir. I would like to request you to share a few words of motivation with our students today.
Thank you, Tanseem. Firstly, you have made me sound much bigger than I am. Principal Joy, teachers, parents, and students. It's indeed my privilege to be here today and talk to you about something which is really, really close to my heart. And that is 5 simple steps on how each one of you can follow your dreams. When I meet people, socially and otherwise, I talk to them about their dreams. And I am disappointed when lots of people tell me that they don't have a dream. And many others tell me that they did have a dream, but somewhere down the line, they gave up their dream. First and foremost, I want to tell each one of you here that you must have a dream. And let me explain to you what a dream is. A dream, like our erstwhile president said, is not something that you see when you sleep at night. No. A dream is something that doesn't let you sleep. It's something that you want badly. And I'm sure each one of you wants something special, something that they look forward to doing, to becoming, to following. And therefore, you must have a dream and dreams come true. And today I will talk to you about how you can pursue your dream and make it come a reality. Now, before I proceed, I want to share my screen. So give me a moment. I will present my screen to you. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I'm going to talk to you about the power of perseverance and how perseverance, which means hard work, is the key to getting your dream. The first thing that you must do when you have a dream is you must make a clear mental picture of what your dream is. So make that picture in your mind and then note it down in your diary. And if you have anybody who's your idol, somebody whom you want to be like when you become, when you grow up, or somebody whom you idolize otherwise, paste their picture also in that diary. And every day you need to read what your dream is and you need to look at your picture. And how does this work? Let me explain it to you with an example. When you and your family go to buy a car, you sit down and you do a market survey, you look at different models, you look at that laundry list of cars which are available, and then you decide, this is the car I want to buy. And your family or you go and buy that car. Thereafter, what happens? When you start moving around in that car, you suddenly find that there are so many more cars of the same model on the road. And you wonder whether every person, that second person that you meet or see has purchased the same model. But that's not true. What has happened is those cars were always there on the road. But now that you have bought that car and that car has come to the forefront in your mind, you are noticing the other cars on the road. In the same manner, when you look at your dream every day, your mind and body subconsciously starts working to getting you closer to your dream. Having done that, like I said, your dream is something that doesn't let you sleep. So it's something which is really, really big. And because it is big, it will not come overnight. It can't happen tomorrow. Therefore, there is a finite period through which you will have to work towards your dream. And because it is a long journey, you need to divide that dream into smaller goals. So you make your dream into smaller goals and give them a timeline. And I'll explain how you can do this. How many of you out here can sketch Shah Rukh Khan the way he is sketched out here if I were to give you just a paper and a pencil? Now, I don't want your answer, but I'm sure 99% of you will say, we can't do it. We are not artists. Yes, you're right. Unless you're an artist, you can't draw Shah Rukh Khan like this. But what if I was to tell you that a minute later, after I have explained how you can draw Shah Rukh Khan by dividing your dream into smaller goals, you can also draw Shah Rukh Khan. You won't believe me, but let's go ahead. Now, how many of you sitting here can actually draw this one gray square using a paper and a pencil? And I'm confident 100% of you are going to raise their hand because it's just one simple gray square. You can draw one square, you can draw two, you can draw 10, you can draw 20 gray squares. And you keep drawing gray squares and putting them together. Square after square, square after square, till you have drawn all the gray squares that constitute Shah Rukh Khan's picture. So if this large picture of Shah Rukh Khan is treated like your big dream, this is the dream that you have. And each of these small squares is the goal that I spoke of. You divide your dream into smaller goals. So each of these squares is that goal, and you give it a timeline. For example, I will draw one gray square every hour, or I will draw one gray square every day. This timeline that you give to it will depend upon how much time you have available to pursue your dream. So if your dream is to top your school, to top your class, to top your university, to get a fancy job which you always wanted to, all these are dreams. Then the journey to that needs to be divided into smaller goals, and you will give it timelines based on how much time, how much energy you can spend to getting there. And it's not restricted only to your academics. Your dream, like I said, could be anything, whether you want to be a sports person, whether you want to be a singer, you want to be an actor, whatever, the sky is the limit. Having now taken the second point, you need to exert some positive pressure on yourself. Now, what is positive pressure? Positive pressure is pressure which is generated from outside, which gives positivity to you to follow your dream. I'll give you an example. If you have a group of friends, all of who are pursuing their dreams, then the energy and the positivity generated in that group will also propel you towards pursuing your dream. You will get motivated by their actions. They are following their dreams. They are spending time out there. Their energy and positivity is exhibited, and you can feel it. And you also want to follow your dream. So this is one kind of positive pressure. There is another kind of positive pressure which I used when I share my dream. I will explain that to you, and we'll talk about that later. But if you are in a group of friends who don't have any dreams, who are just carefree and taking each day as it comes, then there is no positive pressure being generated on you to follow your dreams. So you must generate positive pressure. Now, in this long journey to your dream, there will be many things that you will have to do which are not easy, which you are not used to doing, which are outside your comfort zone. And therefore, for those of you who find it difficult to do things to reach your dream, I want to suggest the 21-day rule. The 21-day rule says that if you undertake any activity consecutively for 21 days, it becomes a habit. So for people who say, I can't wake up in the morning, I'm not a morning person, try doing it consecutively for 21 days. And I assure you, on the 22nd day, your body and mind will want to wake up early. Similarly, you can apply this 21-day rule in any activity which you are not fond of doing or which you find difficult in doing. And the last, but not the least, the last point I want to share is that follow your dream, dream big, but be prepared to fail. And this is very important because all dreams don't come true. And therefore, if you are not prepared to fail, then when you fail, you will end up giving up your dream because you will be so upset by the setback. So be prepared to fail. And if you fail, what do you do? What do? You take one step back. You know that one of the outcomes could have been that you failed and it has happened now. You step back and you introspect. You see the path you took. You try and find out what is it that you did not do good enough, or what is it that you did not prepare enough, or how is it, what went wrong. And then keep the same dream and take a different path now with better preparation and go for your dream. Having said that, I want to share with you that I also had a dream, and my dream was to do the Ironman, which was explained by your teacher, that the Ironman is the most difficult one-day endurance event in the world, where you need to swim 3.8 kilometers, you need to cycle 180 kilometers, you need to run 42.2 kilometers, and all to be done one after the other and completed within 70 hours. And what made it tougher for me was my age, where anybody and everybody whom I spoke to that I want to do the Ironman, they discouraged me. Now, just to give you a small sample of what the Ironman is about, I will show you a clip of about 2.5 minutes to 3 minutes, where you can see the Ironman event, and thereafter we'll see the lessons that you need to take from what I'm trying to tell you today. I hope the audio is clear.
Yes, it is, sir.
Thank you.
To accomplish something extraordinary, one must have an extraordinary dream. A goal so high, a journey so demanding, that its achievement to most seems impossible. The best. You can be the King Kong banging on your chest. For 35 years, Iron Man has defined the sport, growing from a single race into a global movement and a new generation of athletes. And the world's gonna know your name. 'Cause we're with the good faith. 25 countries with over 200 events. Iron Man inspires us to reimagine our limits, to set our sights higher, to go farther than we ever have before. You can run a mile, you can walk straight through hell with a smile. You can be the hero, you can get the gold. Breaking all the records that go that never be broke. Yeah, do it for your people, do it for your pride. You're never gonna know if you never even try. Do it for your country, do it for your name. 'Cause it's gonna be a day. is a statement of excellence, passion, commitment. It is a test of physical toughness and mental strength. Ironman is about persevering, enduring, and being a part of something larger than ourselves. It shows the heights that can be achieved when we push beyond our boundaries and go the distance to earn the title Ironman.
So what you're going to see now is the actual race on 1st July 2018, Austria. The swim starts with 2,850 athletes from 60 countries starting together. And you do your 3.8 kilometers swim. You finish, get onto your cycle, do 180 kilometers of cycling. Austrian terrain is undulating. We gained about 6,000 feet of elevation in this 180 kilometers. And you can see these are real shots of the event. You touching speeds of up to 70 kilometers an hour coming downhill. That's the kind of terrain it was. You finish your cycling, change, and you're on your run now, the last 42.2 kilometers, right through the town of Klagenfurt. And once you are done with your run, you're on the red carpet.
Vikram, you and I there. Go.
Now, why I shared this video with you is that I want to tell you that anything is possible. And that anything is possible only if you believe in yourself and you persevere. So I will now quickly share some lessons which you need to take away. Firstly, positive pressure. I told you one technique if you have a group of friends. The second technique, or the technique which I used, is public pledging. When I wanted to do the Ironman, I knew that there may be times when I want to quit. And I want to quit because the training was so tough. It was so grueling. So I didn't want to leave any window open for me to quit. So I did public pledging. And what is public pledging? I went onto social media and I announced I'm going to do Ironman. I told my friends, I told my family. And when I told people, some of them laughed, some of them smirked. But to make sure that that smirk did not also turn into a laugh and they didn't ridicule me, I was then pressurized not to quit. And I didn't quit. In fact, on the day of the event, I told my wife, I'll die doing the event, but I will not quit. So that is what public pledging can help. Try it out for those who feel that there are events where you might want to quit. Comfort zone. You have to move out of your comfort zone. Your comfort zone today would be going to school, getting back, your studies, your friends, your social media, your television, and so on and so forth. If you are going to do something big, you will have to leave your comfort zone and move out. I was out of my comfort zone. I used to come back from my work and run from 7 at night to 10 o'clock at night. That was out of my comfort zone. Third, commitment. Having decided that you are going to follow a dream, you have to commit yourself 100%. And what do I mean by commitment? You will need to give it your time, your energy, your money. There will be sacrifices to be made. So commitment is essential. And now perseverance. I told you the power of perseverance. And perseverance is hard work. And if you are chasing any dream, any goal, 70 to 80% of the outcome will depend upon how hard you work for it, how much of effort you put in. 20 to 30% of the outcome depends upon good luck. Now that luck, whether it's with you or it's not with you, is not in your control. So you forget about that 20 to 30%. But what you can control is your hard work. And let me assure you, when you have hard work, and you have to also remember to be patient, because you will start putting in effort, you will start studying harder, or whatever is your dream, you will start working on that harder, but results will not come overnight. So you need to be patient. You need to wait and see and tell yourself that, yes, I'm working, the results will show. Time management, most important aspect. For a guy like me, I was working on a job. I used to go to work at 8 in the morning, get back home at 6 in the evening, 10 hours of the day gone. Leaving Those 10 hours, I had 14 hours more in which I had to sleep, eat, and train, and do everything else. If you take away 7 to 8 hours of sleep, you are left with about 6 hours. To give you an idea, to swim 3.8 kilometers, it takes between 1 to 2 hours. To run 42 kilometers takes between 4 to 5 hours. And to cycle 180 kilometers takes between 6 to 7 hours. So you have to carve out this time from whatever is left. And therefore, there will be sacrifices to be made. To make this time for what you want to do, you will have to sacrifice it elsewhere. Discipline. And this is not the discipline that you are put through in school, that come in time, wear the correct dress, sit properly. No, I'm talking of self-discipline. What is self-discipline? It is to do what you have set your sights for. You want to top your class, it is your dream. Therefore, because it is your dream, you have to put in the effort to make sure it happens. And that's why I link discipline with self-love. If you love yourself, and I know everybody loves themselves, then you will do whatever is required to make your dream come true. So if somebody tells you, I can't lose weight because I don't have time, then I don't think they love themselves. Because if you love yourself and you want to lose weight and that's your goal, then whatever is required will be done. Whether you do it at night, you do it early morning, you stop eating, whatever. So discipline is equal to self-love. Now, I told you about public pledging to stop me from quitting. This was pressure from outside. But there will be times in your journey when you are low within. You feel low. You are not always at your 100%. So I use a technique called visualization. I used to start visualizing how it would feel when I complete the Ironman. Now that is a big motivator. I used to think, I'll run down that red carpet and that man will shout my name, Vikram, you're an Ironman. And that would get me going again. Dream big, I already told you. You must dream big, but remember, be prepared to fail. Compete only with yourself. Don't compete with people around you. Everybody around you has their own dream. They have their own circumstances. They have their own timelines. They may be able to devote more time, more energy to do whatever you may also be doing. Your timelines may be different. So the moment you start competing, you will upset your own time plan. I have seen top athletes having a heart attack and fail and dying while doing the swim because they were not following their own timeline. They started competing with somebody else who was much faster. Self-belief. Believe in yourself. Have the self-confidence, because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. And last but not the least, age is only a number. It's never too late and never too early. With that, I have come to the end of my talk. There are no times I was told out here for questions, but if you have any questions, you can inbox me on my Instagram handle, which is shown in front of you. And with that, I want to wish each one of you all the best. I'm stopping to share my screen now. And may you have success and your dreams come true. Thank you.